Hey there, this is Yami, your Latina next door. Welcome back. If you love thrift store transformations, make sure to stick around because in this video I am going to share a couple of thrift store buys that I am going to give makeovers to, and I can't wait to share how they turned out. This little metal tin I bought at a Goodwill store for $1.99, and it was actually a lot harder to transform than I thought. As you can see here, it is a totally different color than what you previously saw. That was because I had been working on this for several hours to no avail. I was not able to figure out what I wanted to do with it. It just wasn't looking right. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to start all over again. So I added my brushed metal paint in brushed bronze. So then I began giving the entire piece one full coat. I actually left the little feet and the little round handles alone because I already like the antique look that I gave it, and it's basically going to be the same thing I'm going to do to the rest of the tin. This paint actually has really good coverage, so I wasn't too concerned about giving it 2 full coats. I just wanted to make sure that all the varying colors that it had before were covered. And then it felt like I was back in elementary school because I was literally finger painting. The next thing I did was get some of my antiquing wax. You guys know I love this stuff. And I started to rub it around all of the little edges of the little metal tin. Next, I took some of my white chalk paint and mixed it a little bit with that antiquing wax, and then I began rubbing it all on top of the raised parts of the metal tin. I kept adding white on different little sections, and then I added a little bit more by dry brushing it on and then kind of just smearing it over the bronze. I really wanted it to look like it was aged. And then after several hours of having made this a complicated DIY previously, I realized that this was actually much better just like this. Bronze with a little bit of white antiquing wax, and it came out just the way I had envisioned. Sometimes we can overcomplicate things and then we realize that simple is better, and I am really happy with the final result and how this turned out. I thought it would be kind of fun to share a side by side before and after. It really does look completely different. So for my next transformation, I am going to be transforming this little urn that I got for 99 cents at Goodwill. I was supposed to share it in the last haul, but I totally left it out. And right now we're going to go ahead and start working on it. The first thing I did was take some home decor chalk paint in the color French linen and give it 2 complete coats. I made sure to get in all of the little nooks and crevices throughout. And this time I actually painted the inside, which is not something I normally do, but I thought, what the heck, let's go ahead and transform the entire thing. After the 2 coats were completely dry, I took a stiff stenciling brush and I dipped it in a little bit of white chalk paint and began stippling the paint all over the urn. Stippling the paint like that and just dabbing it all over will actually give you a little bit of dimension and some texture, and it will start looking like a little cement urn, which is what I was going for. Then I took a little pencil brush and with that same paint started going into the little crevices and adding a little bit more detail to the urn. Then I would take the stencil brush and I would kind of smear everything around. That way the lines weren't as defined. Afterwards, I took a little bit of darker gray paint and then just rubbed my fingers on the little ridges throughout the urn. After that, I took the original color of the urn, which was French linen, and dry brushed that very first color over those dark gray lines. Then I took the pencil brush again and began dabbing in between the top little ridges right there, and then I would get that chip brush with the French linen and kind of dry brush over it as well. And then I kept doing this until I went all the way around. And while this seems like a very subtle application of paint, it really does give the piece dimension and make it look like a cement urn.
Oh my God.
When it was done, I added a cute little topiary ball to the top of it, and I was very happy with how it turned out. This is the second time I've actually done this technique to a little urn, and I absolutely love the effect it gives it. And of course, here's the side by side. I really enjoy seeing these before and after side by side. Let me know if you do too, because I'm actually thinking about creating a series out of these thrift store makeovers, and if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, please make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, as well as let me know which one of these was your favorite transformation. Don't forget that this Wednesday I am using trash to create treasures alongside my dear friend Casey over at Coffee with My Sunshine. So I'll see you back here. Until then, adios!